you choose a major and you didn't like it, so you kind of decided to quit it. Can you tell me something about it?
Yeah. So as me and other like same as my peers, we all took the college entrance exam in Taiwan, specific only for like Taiwanese colleges.
Mm,
And I did my exam. I chose my major as a global politics and economics, which is completely different thing than what I learn right now. And at that
yeah.
time, I was thinking like, do I actually like this major, or what can I do with this major? And I got really like kind of like sad about that. I don't even like this major. Why am I doing this
Mm,
for 4 years of college?
yeah.
And I thought I started having the mindset of going to the college abroad. I think
Yeah.
this is really inspired by when I was in middle school. I went to like a
Mm,
summer camp in Vancouver, Canada myself, and I
yeah.
really like living myself there and just going to school there. I think that really inspired me to have this mindset going to
Mm-hmm.
colleges outside of Taiwan. And
Mm,
my parents were at first really disagree with that because they were like, "Oh, you're not thinking this straight," and mostly I bet they're just worried about me going
yeah.
to colleges myself in a different culture and environment.
Mm-hmm.
So after a long conversation later, which I can talk about it later, I connect with the study abroad agent and choosing between the colleges in Boston, Chicago, and Oregon. And at the
Mm,
end, I choose Oregon State, even though at first I really want to go into like the college in Boston because growing up in city, I'm so
mm,
used to like city life. So Oregon
mm-hmm.
State wasn't my first choice in the beginning, but my family really loved the environment. Like
Yeah.
they think they had the impression that Chicago or Boston might be like a little bit dangerous for like girl to go by herself to live
Yeah.
there. But at the
Yeah.
end, yeah, I chose Oregon State, and I love it because like
Yeah.
in Taiwan, I live in Taipei, which is a city. The pace is like
Mm-hmm.
really fast. Everyone is like stressed about
Yeah.
going to the work and stuff. And I think in Oregon, I can really still down my place, go on a walk, hike, and really enjoy life. Yeah.
Mhm. So you just quit the school and then start preparation again for US, or you finish your graduation
So
over
I
there?
did, yeah, I finished high school and then I applied for the college in Taiwan for the global politics and economics major, but I haven't go into the
Okay.
school yet.
Okay.
I
Nice.
started wanting to go abroad. So
Mhm.
yeah, I think at the end I canceled the application with them. Yeah.
How was the conflict at the family where they didn't want to let you go to US? Who was against it? Did any family member
Yeah.
was like in favor of you, supported you, and how was it?
hmm I think my parents were really against me in the beginning because I get what they feel now because they're just worried about me moving about by myself and they were wondering
Mhm.
if I can actually do that or capable of doing that. And
Mhm.
actually, my brother was the one talking to me and my parents, trying to facilitating our like thoughts and perspective, and I kind of have like a sit down, like a family like discussion with them. Thinking back, that's
Yeah.
kind of stressful. I just kind of like having a sit down discussion with them. My dad asking me if I actually want to go, and I
Yeah.
told him yes, I really want to. But thinking back, what I could have done differently is to make this decision earlier, just not just like last minute, and do all
Mhm.
the research about different schools and tell them my actual feelings and perspective on why I
Mhm.
actually want to study abroad. I think that could have been better. But yeah, I get what they're mean. They actually just worry
Yeah.
about their kid.
But you were also very
Yeah.
young for you to get clear idea. It's really hard, right? You just wanted to go and you
Yeah.
had some plan. It's not easy to just know and figure out everything and then prepare a presentation to parents at that young age. It's you are a little bit confused too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
nice.
When
Your
I
brother
was choosing
supported
school,
you.
I didn't even know. Yeah. I know. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was like talking to me and my parents, just trying to figure things out. And
Mhm.
yeah, at that time I wasn't really sure
Mm.
those what three schools looks like and what it looks
Yeah.
like. I just kind of just jump right in. Yeah.
Yeah. Did any point you feel like maybe they won't let me go and I'll just have to live here in Taipei?
I think there's definitely the point that I thought about living in Taipei, but I think I'm the person that if I want to pursue anything, I will just try everything to make it
Mhm.
happen. So I really put effort in communicating with them and try to just make it happen of me like studying abroad. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a good motivation to, fight for yourself and then go. Then you can even work harder when you have to prove yourself, right?
Yeah, yeah. I agree with that.
I have a question about Taiwan. Right? Why do people leave Taiwan?
Mm-hmm.
In some countries, people leave their country and come to Western country or anything for safety because there's a lot of crime. Some people leave because there's not much employment. You know, and some people leave for
Yeah.
freedom. Freedom to express yourself, freedom to be yourself. Some conservative country doesn't allow you to be yourself or express yourself. So everybody leaves their country for different reason. What is the reason for people of Taiwan to
Mm-hmm.
move to abroad?
I think for most of the people, I think one good reason, even for me a little bit, is just because of that they want to see the more part of the world. Because Taiwan is a really small island, just
Hmm.
with like oceans around it. So
Yeah,
there's only like most of the people there were Asian, so there weren't really a lot of diversity. And
yeah,
going abroad is a way that they can see the world and see what other like perspective from different people. So I think that's
experience.
really the main reason that yeah, me and
Hmm.
might be other Taiwanese they want to study abroad. Yeah.
So you pack your bags and come here in Oregon. How was your first week like? What are
Yeah.
the challenges you had, or what was surprising? How was it?
Yeah, so the first week wasn't that bad because I was like, there's a lot of like some Taiwanese also going like to Oregon State and other international students. So I kind of find people that has the same like mindset of me studying abroad. So we were like together and hanging out together and stuff like that. So the first week wasn't bad. It's until the first month that I started to go to my actual classes.
Mm,
Having like groups discussion with like local students that at that time was really frustrating me because I consider at that time I wasn't really confident, so I was like worried about my accent, talking to people all the time, thinking if I said anything wrong. So I think
yeah,
the first month or the first few months was like really frustrated for me because I was like thinking about people would judge my accent or thinking if
yeah.
I said anything wrong. But in reality, thinking back, no one even would judge that. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt that. In India, my friends used to make fun of my accent in my own country. When I
Yeah.
came here, people were like, "Oh, you have a good accent. I like your accent," or your English is really good. I didn't have a problem with language, but
Yeah.
we tend to think like, oh, people at my home country made fun of my accent or whatever. That's what would happen here, but it doesn't happen that way, right?
Hmm. Yeah, I know. In Taiwan, I feel like a lot of cultural norms was that they would judge people's accent like, oh, you have an accent or your sentence wasn't using it right or
Yeah,
something. But here in the US, at least people around me in Oregon, most of
yeah,
people didn't care. At least you're like talking and saying something like correct. Yeah,
yeah. They don't focus on the mistake. They focus on like, oh, at least you are doing this part
I
really
know.
good. One thing you talked about is the encouragement that was the difference between Taiwan and US. You felt people give you a lot of encouragement here compared to Taiwan, or the
Hmm.
culture in your country. Could you expand on that? What
Yeah.
were the incidents, or why? How did you feel that, and how did it help
Hmm.
you?
Yeah. So I think growing up, I think Taiwanese culture are more towards like they wouldn't encourage or compliment people on themselves. So growing up, I think myself are really a person that without confidence because I'm not really good at test taking, so
Mm-hmm.
that people in Taiwan they encourage or praise people with like good grades more than people who has a bad grade. So growing up, I feel like I have no confidence in like mostly like school wise. And yeah, but after coming to the US, I feel like especially my boyfriend gave me lots of encouragement in my job searching process, because everyone knows that how bad the job market is. And
Yeah.
last year I was like applying more than 100 different like internship jobs, and I was really frustrated getting like interviewed and get rejected, repeated, or just get
Mm.
rejected or ghosted. But he was
Mhm.
really like encouraged me about that I'm doing really good already and just keep going.
Yeah.
I think after that, plus I was on the leadership in my club. I think
Mm.
doing presentation and stuff really
Yeah.
helped me with my encouragement. And now everything now I do, like applying job and stuff like that, I feel like it gave me a sense of confidence that I'm doing this really good, and
Mm.
I just have to keep going and to grow
Mm.
myself as a person. I really think encouraged me, helped me so much in growing myself. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand because sometimes you may not be that good, but if you get right encouragement, then you can put real good effort and you can actually be good at it. I remember one time during my masters, I was not comfortable speaking in public, and I had to give a
Yeah.
presentation, and I had amazing group of people in my class. So I go on the podium and I'm just a little nervous and I'm ready to speak. Before I started speaking, all my friends started clapping, all of them, and it
Yeah.
just took away all the pressure out of me, and they were already cheering for me before even I said anything. And then I was
Hmm.
able to do good presentation, but that moment stayed with me, that they want me to be successful.
Yeah.
And it's good to have those people around who want you to be successful, right? So I'm glad you found those
Hmm.
people here. Was was it just, how long it take you to meet those kind of people?
I think in my freshman year and started to now I'm senior year, I've been meeting so much people with like encourage me besides my boyfriend, plus other like classmates, peers around me, and my
Yeah.
internship company. They encourage me so much that I feel like I doesn't deserve this, and it's just, I think it's just the culture here that they
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
encourage people so much
Yeah.
and actually praise people off their good work. And I was joking with like some of my family and my boyfriend was that, oh, the encouragement I received in this past like a year is more than like the encouragement I received my past like 18 years in Taiwan.
Does
Yeah,
your
but I
family?
wouldn't judge the culture in Taiwan like that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's India too. I feel
Yeah.
like I felt much more encouragement here as well. People, are just,
Mm-hmm.
people don't hesitate to say nice things. If they like your shoes, they'll say it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's somehow, if you're having a bad day and somebody gives you compliment about your shoes or your shirt or anything, it just makes your day even better, right? So it's a really good thing
Yeah.
people have it here. They are open. They express themselves very easily, even to stranger, where we don't tell stranger, in at least in my country, like, oh, I like your shoes. Of course, big cities it's happening, but I'm talking about in general, in country and small towns. What advice would you give to international students?
Mm-hmm. Honestly, my advice, I think it's really simple. It just, I want to tell international students that if you want to do something, just do it. But definitely within the follow
Yeah.
the legal like status
Yes.
and immigration law.
Yeah.
But if
Yeah.
you want to do, yeah, if you want to
Yeah.
do something, just do it. Don't hesitate.
Yeah.
And I feel like the outcome and the process you will learn is
Hmm.
will be greater than you ever thought. So
Yeah.
don't afraid to do anything. Join a club,
Yeah.
join sorority, or try different types of like projects, volunteer work. I think just don't be hesitate, do the thing that you want to do, and there's always the outcome and the process. You'll always get something from it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a great advice. You already took a big challenge when you
Yeah.
moved to different countries, so then why you be hesitant about any small challenges, anything? Just experience everything, explore everything, right? You will always learn something
Yeah.
really important.
Yeah. Yeah, because at first when I started content creation, I was afraid of like, oh, what if someone would judge my accent or like
Yeah.
don't like my content or something. But at the end, I was like, I'll just do it first. When if
Yeah.
people like don't care about them too much and think about those later, I'll just do it first. I'll just try my first step and I'll figure out the rest of the things later.
In Taiwan, in Taipei, you were going to go to university and you realized this is not what I'm interested. This the major is not, and I want to go to abroad. And you went. Family was not supportive, but you convinced them, and you came here, and now you have a job lined up. You did good in your school and everything.
Hmm.
What are the some of the most important lessons you have learned from this journey that you were like it? I came out as a much stronger, more smarter person.
Yeah, I think definitely just try different opportunities, no matter if you're like
Yeah.
scared or something. I did like so in my different like experience of like joining sorority, being as a co-president, or going different like coffee chat with employers, or like going on club trips and interviewing with different companies. There was always a time that I was like afraid of doing that or scared if I have a bad outcome. But I think one thing that really helped me to just have a mindset of just do it first and think of the outcome or what you're afraid of it stuff later. Just do it first. I feel like once you step your first step, there's
Yeah.
definitely gonna be a good outcome. Even though there weren't, it's
Yeah.
fine. You definitely learn from your process
Mm,
and how you step into the
mm,
thing at first. So I feel like definitely jumping out of your comfort zone is what I really um thing in life, and I encourage everyone to do so. Because yeah, you never know what would happen.
That's a great advice. Such a good advice.
Yeah,
Everybody has fear.
yeah,
Everybody is worried a little bit, but with fear and worry, if you still do something, and especially if it's out of your comfort zone, and you do that, and you do it well, or you get some kind of success, the amount of confidence it gives you, it's one of the most beautiful thing. And then you become much more smarter, stronger person. It develops your personality, it gives you a lot more confidence. And then you want to do it again, right? You want to give yourself bigger challenge and achieve that. And so everybody who are doing these things, of course they are scared, they can be a little worried, but they still do it. And that's what every international student
yeah,
do, because one of the things you want to do here is experience different thing and learn things, and develop your personality. And for that, just go
yeah,
for it. It's great advice. Thank you so much for that.
hmm,
Yeah.
yeah. I think the other thing is that I tell myself that I don't want to make regrets, because who knows that if
Yeah.
I don't do this, maybe like a year later I would be
Hmm.
like, oh, I wish I had done that, blah blah blah. So
Yeah.
I usually do it just because I don't want to have regrets in the future. But I also
Mm.
want to tell people that if you don't feel comfortable doing the specific thing, just don't do it. It's fine. You wouldn't like. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like destiny always leads you to somewhere that it meant to be. So I feel like you just try to do
Mm.
everything, jump out of the comfort zone. But
Yeah.
if you don't feel comfortable to, just it's
Mm.
fine. Just go with
Yeah.
your way. I feel like destiny will definitely lead you to the right way. Yeah.
You believe in destiny?
Yeah, I feel like I believe in destiny and everything happens just meant to be. Be like it's gonna lead you to somewhere else. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, that's a nice.
Yeah.
That's a good wisdom. It
Yeah.
takes the pressure away from you, right? When you are like, well, this was
Yeah.
part of
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
destiny, so you don't blame yourself or other people, because you believe like everything happens for a reason. Yeah. It gives a
Yeah,
lot of
I
freedom.
think everything definitely happened for a reason. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So you have a nice job right now. You did good in school, and you have a nice boyfriend. So in your personal life, you are doing good too. How does your family think right now, who had a lot of doubts and worries because they are sending their little daughter away? How do they feel right now, and what do you tell them right now if you have to tell them?
I feel like I didn't ask too much like their deep perspective on my now I'm doing well, but I feel like my parents are very like supportive right now compared to like when I first
Yeah.
came here. When I tell them, oh, I had an interview, I
Hmm.
got rejected or stuff like that, I moved to a
Hmm.
new apartment. They were really supportive right now, and I really enjoy that. And
Yeah.
I just totally get what they were really worried at first, and I'm
Yeah.
glad they were relationship it's better, and them being supported to me, I also want to be supported of their current job and like yeah.
Yeah. I understand your parents worry. Okay, I have a daughter now. She's 8 months old, and
I
I wouldn't
know.
send her to another country. Forget about another country. I live in Los Angeles. I'm like, you're gonna be
Yeah.
in Los Angeles, not even another city. So it's really
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's not easy for parents to let go their child, and especially daughter, to the whole new country and culture, because there are so many worries. But they see you doing really well in your school, in your exams, and the job
Mm-hmm.
and internship and stuff. And then slowly they believe in you. They start believing in you more and more. So now they believe in you even more. And even if you fail, they know, like, okay, she failed in this one, but we have seen her
Yeah.
doing things, and she will go again, and she will succeed. So yeah, that's a beautiful thing, and I'm sure your parents are proud of you right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like growing up, I kind of don't get why my parents were like kind of strict off certain things, but I feel like as you
Yeah,
grow up, you can slowly
yeah,
get why your parents would like worry
yeah.
about you or like think you're not doing well in specific thing. You can actually get what their perspective was at that
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, because you think, like, why are they stopping me? They don't let me do this and they don't let me do that. But it's eventually it's all
Mm-hmm.
coming out of the place of love. They really love and care for you, so they just don't want to get you hurt, right?
Yeah.
And with the age and with
Mm-hmm.
your the relationship you build outside of family, and and even future, if you have kids, and then you will understand, like, oh wow, they were, whatever they were saying and doing, that was all
Yeah.
for right reason, and I might do the same thing.
Yeah, I bet if I have my kid like telling me last minute like they're gonna go study abroad, I'm probably gonna be like, ugh, kind of worried about it.
For me, I just don't think I will be as cool as my parents were. They would let me go all the way
Yeah.
here, and it's even hard to come here. Traveling is just a long flight. I mean, from Taiwan too, and all those things, and they let me do it instead of just like my son stayed close to me and just grow up in front of my eyes. So they have also made their sacrifice, and I'm happy that now you are giving them back the confidence and encouragement. So that's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Jenny, thank you so much for this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I wish you best for your job, and I hope you get whatever the goals that you have, you achieve them. And I hope that
Yeah.
people follow you on social media in your account, and you get
Mm-hmm.
good followers, and also they learn something out of it. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, Harsh. You also let me to like think back my past experience and how I like went through everything. So I really appreciate that too.